Welcome to Million Mile Microscope, where we explore the grandest and most ambitious projects on our planet. Today we journey to the Tibetan Plateau, a land of soaring peaks and plunging gorges, a place where nature's raw power is on full display. It is here, amidst this rugged and untamed landscape, that China is planning its most ambitious project yet, a hydroelectric dam of unprecedented scale. Imagine a structure so colossal that it could power the entire United Kingdom for a year. This is not just a dam, it is a marvel of modern engineering. This is the dream that China is pursuing, a dream that could reshape the energy landscape of Asia and beyond, providing clean, renewable energy to millions. But this dream comes at a cost. The proposed dam would be located in the Great Bend region of the Yarlung Tsangpo River, a place of immense natural beauty and ecological significance. This is a land of extremes where the Earth's tectonic plates collide, pushing the Himalayas ever higher. The geological activity here is both a challenge and a risk. It's a place where villages cling precariously to mountainsides and where the roar of the river echoes through the valleys. The people here live in harmony with the land, but their way of life could be disrupted. The sheer audacity of China's plan is breathtaking. The scale of the project is matched only by the scale of its potential impact. The technical challenges are immense, the environmental consequences potentially devastating. Building such a massive structure in this remote and fragile environment is no small feat, yet the potential rewards are equally significant. Clean energy, economic development, and geopolitical influence are all within China's grasp if they succeed. Clean energy could reduce reliance on fossil fuels, economic development could bring prosperity to remote regions, and geopolitical influence could shift the balance of power in Asia. In this exploration, we will delve into the heart of this controversial project. We will look at the engineering marvels, the environmental concerns, and the geopolitical implications. We will examine the motivations behind the project, the challenges faced by the engineers, and the potential consequences for the environment and local communities. Join us as we navigate the rapids of engineering ambition, geopolitical tensions, and environmental concerns. This is a story of human ingenuity and the quest for progress, set against the backdrop of one of the world's most powerful rivers. The Tibetan Plateau, often called the roof of the world, is a place of breathtaking beauty and unforgiving terrain. This vast expanse, stretching over 2.5 million square kilometers, is one of the most remote and least accessible regions on Earth. Its isolation has preserved its pristine beauty, but it also presents formidable challenges for any human endeavor. Towering peaks pierce the sky, their snow-capped summits glistening in the sun. These mountains, part of the mighty Himalayas, are among the highest in the world, with some peaks reaching over 8,000 meters. They stand as silent sentinels, watching over the plateau and its inhabitants. Deep gorges carve through the landscape, their slopes cloaked in a tapestry of green and brown. These gorges, formed by millennia of erosion, are home to a diverse array of flora and fauna, some of which are found nowhere else on Earth. The rivers that flow through these gorges are lifelines for the people and wildlife of the plateau. The air is thin and crisp, carrying the scent of pine and the sound of wind whistling through the valleys. This high-altitude environment, with its low oxygen levels, can be challenging for those not accustomed to it. Yet it is also invigorating, offering a sense of purity and clarity that is hard to find elsewhere. It is here, in this remote and rugged landscape, that China plans to build its megadam. The project, one of the most ambitious in the world, aims to harness the power of the Yarlung Tsangpo River, the highest major river in the world. The dam is expected to generate enormous amounts of hydroelectric power, providing energy for millions of people. The chosen location is the Great Bend, a dramatic curve in the Yarlung Tsangpo River, where the river changes course from flowing east to south. This bend is one of the most geologically active and visually stunning parts of the river, making it both an ideal and challenging site for the dam. This is a land of extremes, where temperatures plummet below freezing in winter and soar in summer. The harsh climate adds another layer of difficulty to the construction project, requiring workers and equipment to withstand severe conditions. Rainfall is unpredictable, often arriving in torrential downpours that swell the rivers and trigger landslides. These sudden and intense weather events can cause significant delays and damage to construction efforts, making planning and execution even more complex. The remoteness of the region poses a significant challenge. The isolation means that workers and materials must be transported over long distances, often through difficult and dangerous terrain. This not only increases costs, but also the risk of accidents and delays. Access is limited to a few treacherous roads that wind their way through the mountains. These roads, often narrow and poorly maintained, are prone to landslides and other hazards, making travel slow and perilous. The nearest major city is Lhasa, the capital of Tibet, which is hundreds of miles away. This distance further complicates logistics as supplies and personnel must be transported from this distant hub to the construction site. This isolation makes the logistics of construction a nightmare, requiring materials and equipment to be transported over vast distances and across difficult terrain. Every piece of machinery, every load of concrete must be carefully planned and executed to ensure it reaches the site intact and on time. But the challenges go beyond logistics. The physical and environmental conditions of the plateau present numerous obstacles that must be overcome. The region is seismically active, prone to earthquakes that can shake the earth with terrifying force. This seismic activity adds a layer of risk to the construction and operation of the dam, requiring advanced engineering solutions to ensure stability and safety. The 2008 Sichuan earthquake, which struck a region not far from the proposed dam site, killed tens of thousands of people and caused widespread devastation. This tragic event serves as a stark reminder of the potential dangers of building in such a volatile area. Building a massive dam in such an unstable environment is a risky proposition, one that raises serious concerns about the potential for catastrophic failure. The stakes are high, and the consequences of any miscalculation could be disastrous not only for the local population but for the environment and downstream communities as well. China's thirst for energy is insatiable. This unquenchable demand is driven by the country's rapid industrialization and urbanization. The country's rapid economic growth has fueled an unprecedented demand for electricity. As cities expand and new industries emerge, the need for power continues to skyrocket. Factories hum day and night, producing goods for the global market. These industrial powerhouses are the backbone of China's economy, churning out everything from electronics to textiles. Skyscrapers rise from the ground, their lights illuminating the night sky. These towering structures are symbols of progress and prosperity, but they also represent a growing energy burden. And hundreds of millions of people are moving into cities, seeking a better life and bringing with them an ever-growing need for power. This mass migration fuels the demand for residential electricity, transportation, and public services. To meet this demand, China has become the world's largest consumer of coal, a fossil fuel that comes with a heavy environmental cost. The reliance on coal has significant implications for both the environment and public health. Coal-fired power plants spew out vast quantities of greenhouse gases, contributing to climate change and polluting the air. The emissions from these plants are a major source of air pollution, affecting millions of people. The smog that often blankets China's cities is a visible reminder of the country's dependence on this dirty energy source. Residents frequently face health issues such as respiratory problems and heart disease due to poor air quality. In recent years, China has made significant strides in developing renewable energy sources such as wind and solar power. These efforts are part of a broader strategy to reduce reliance on fossil fuels and mitigate environmental damage. But these sources alone cannot meet the country's ever-increasing energy needs. Despite the growth in renewables, the scale of China's energy consumption requires a diverse mix of energy sources. Hydropower, with its promise of clean and reliable energy, has emerged as a key pillar in China's energy strategy. The country has invested heavily in hydroelectric projects to harness the power of its vast river systems. China already has more hydropower capacity than any other country in the world. This capacity is a testament to the nation's engineering prowess and its commitment to sustainable energy. Its dams, large and small, dot the riverscape, generating electricity for millions of homes and businesses. These structures play a crucial role in stabilizing the national grid and ensuring a steady supply of power. Yet, the country's appetite for hydropower remains undimmed. New projects are constantly being planned and executed to keep up with the growing demand. And so, China has set its sights on the Yarlung Tsangpo, one of the last great free-flowing rivers in Asia, and a river with the potential to generate vast amounts of power. This ambitious project could transform the region's energy landscape, but it also raises concerns about environmental and social impacts. The Yarlung Tsangpo, known as the Brahmaputra in India and Bangladesh, is more than just a river. It is a lifeline that sustains millions of people, a cultural icon, and a source of awe and wonder. Originating in the glaciers of the Tibetan Plateau, the river flows eastward for hundreds of miles, carving its way through deep gorges and fertile valleys. The Yarlung Tsangpo is a river of extremes. Its upper reaches are characterized by their sheer power and volume. The river thunders through narrow canyons, its turquoise waters churning and frothing. In the lower reaches, the river widens and slows, its waters meandering across the plains of India and Bangladesh before emptying into the Bay of Bengal. For centuries, the Yarlung Tsangpo has played a vital role in the lives of the people who live along its banks. Its waters irrigate crops, provide drinking water, and support a rich diversity of fish and other aquatic life. The river is also a sacred space, revered by Buddhists and Hindus alike. The Great Bend, where China plans to build its mega-dam, is a particularly significant stretch of the river. It is here that the Yarlung Tsangpo makes a sharp turn southward, dropping precipitously through a series of rapids and waterfalls. This dramatic change in elevation creates a hydropower engineer's dream, a huge potential for generating electricity.